Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make your own powdered laundry soap. Now I have made this version here with the exact same ingredients in a liquid form and just absolutely love it. My wife loves it. It's a home run. The liquid version will be in a different video. Today is going to be strictly about a powdered version. And this is the first time I'm making a powdered version too, so we'll be doing it together in a roundabout way. There's three ingredients as you see here. Zote bar soap. This is actually from Mexico. They have a pink and a white. And washing soda. Not baking soda, but you have to have Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda, and then some 20 Multein Borax. And just those notes you're seeing that is for the liquid version, so don't just ignore that for now. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put this in the freezer. You can see it's pink here and everything, but it's actually really soft. So I'm going to stick this in the freezer, let it harden up, and then I'm going to use just an old cheese grater, and I'm going to use that to shred it. And then on this powder version, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this here, set it out to dry for a day or two, or how long it takes, because then I want to stick it in the blender and powder it up. At least that's the plan. I haven't tried it, but that's just the idea I got in the powder version. So hang tight. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the freezer and get it shredded up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, now as you can see, I have all this Zote soap shredded up, and the recipe calls to let this here dry out. Now I'm going to try something. Actually, the first time I've done this, but I'm going to give it a shot, and hopefully I can get it really dry. And I want to see if I can't bust it up in a blender. And the person that mentioned the recipe says that this takes a little bit, it's a little difficult for it to melt at first when you put it in a wash machine for these pieces here. So that's my idea. I'm going to give it a shot, but it all hinges on this drying out really good, because you can see it's really moist. Pinch it together, it clumps. I'm going to put this out in the sun, and we'll go from there and see how well this dries out. Okay, it's been about 3 hours. I did place this pan in the sun, and it is dry. Maybe you can kind of tell. It just breaks apart. You see how it's kind of powdery now, which is great. But maybe if you noticed or not, it is now white. I guess the sun bleached out the color, which is a little disheartening. I did like the pink. I was kind of like the little pink color to it and everything. Ah, wow. So that's, like I said, this is my first time. Live and learn. Okay, so now I do want to put this in the blender. The recipe I was looking at, people telling me about it, was saying that this is a little hard to dissolve in cold water. And that's probably why, because you got these big shreds. So I'm going to take them up, put it in the blender. Maybe I just crush it by hand. Now I'll do it in the blender. I want it nice and fine. It's almost there now. So let me do that, and then we're going to add, for 1 bar of Zote soap, you put 3 cups of washing soda, and then 3 cups of the 20 Multein Borax. So give me a few moments. I'll take care of that, and we'll go from there. Okay, everybody, made a slight adjustment to this recipe. I was told that 1 bar of Zote soap will get you out 6 cups of shredded soap. Well, that wasn't the case. I actually decided to measure it, and it was a little over about a cup and a half short. So what I did is got another bar, shredded it. So the recipe is 2 to 1. For every 2 cups of shredded soap, you put 1 cup of borax and 1 cup of washing soda. So with the bar and a half, get you 6 cups of soap. You want 3 cups borax and 3 cups of washing soda. And this here, you can see the first batch it started pink. The sun faded it out to white, and I actually let this dry overnight, and it dried quite nicely. So I won't put it in the sun anymore. And didn't need to do the blender. It dried up quite nicely. I just smashed it with my hands. That feels like it might be just a little bit wet in spots, so I'm going to continue to leave this out for a few more hours. But no blender needed. Once it's fully dry, just take it and work it in your hand. And there you go. Now, according to that recipe that I got, once everything's all mixed, 3 to 4 tablespoons is what you want for your laundry. I always found out, including that homemade soap, and again, that's a different video, including the Gain and the Tide I've always used. I always have to wind up using more, especially for my work clothes and stuff. But I'll start out at 4 tablespoons and see how that goes. Now, as for the cost, the bar Azote soap, that's 99 cents at Walmart. The borax and the washing soda, each box was just under $4 at Walmart. So that's pretty cheap, $8, $9, and get you a lot of homemade soap. And I still got a lot left over of the soda and the borax. So no, I wasn't going to figure out the exact cost, because I would have to measure everything out and figure out how much I could have gotten the recipe, and not that worried about it. But it is dirt cheap, I guarantee you that. Okay, let me finish this up. Now I'm going to do some laundry and post my final comments. Hello everybody, I'm back again. So I've got it all finished and everything, and I've used it and can honestly say I love this stuff. My wife's also happy with it. Let me show you a rag. I didn't think to take a before picture of it, but this was a kind of oldie rag I used from just doing different things that had grease and oil on it. Threw it in there, and you can see how clean that came out. That impressed me. I wish I had, like I said, included a picture of that before I washed it. Anyway, to recap, it's 2 parts Azote soap, 1 in 1. So I did modify the recipe just a little bit. Originally it called for a bar shredded, and that wasn't quite enough, so I went with 1.5 bars Azote shredded. It got me the 2 cups and then 1 cup, 1 cup. So when you get both of these, it came out to 6 cups, 3 and 3. So this is what it made, quite a bit. Now for the laundry use, you can use 2 to 3 tablespoons. I've always used a bit more soap. I used 4 tablespoons in with it, and the laundry came out great. For a quick note, before you go to shred it with your cheese shredder, put the bar in the freezer. It works so much better. And then once it's you have it all shredded, don't have to put it out in the sun like I did on the very first one. I made that mistake. Just put it on a big pan, let it dry out in the house overnight, and it works just as fine. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, it has a little bit of pink in here compared to most of all that white. So just let that dry out there. Now this is, you're not going to get no suds. Like if you put too much of the big brand names in there, you get tons of suds. And if you have a front loading machines, then you get that suds lock. Well, this one does not produce suds, so be conscious of that. And the really way to tell is you stick your hand in the water, and if it feels slippery, well, you know you have enough soap and it's working. This bar was 99 cents each. The boxes of the washing soda and the borax, they were under $4 each at Walmart. I didn't really bother to figure out how much this actually costs. It's a lot cheaper than buying the laundry detergent. And what I like about it, it's no perfumes or nothing like that, like the Gains and stuff are heavy on the perfume. So give it a shot, see what you like. It's a good money saver, and it's an awesome soap. Okay, take care everybody. God bless.